Welcome back for the third installment of Main Event Magic, brought to you by rwplusb. If you'd like to be showcased on a future episode, reach out and join the roster. Let's build this up together.
This card is so ridiculous that I don't want to even spoil it. Just stay tuned and you'll see. All Out Pro this fall.
I want to hit Mythic because I want to prove that I can hit Mythic. That I can do it during this season. That would mean a lot to me. It would mean a lot.
The opening match of the evening, and we are starting out with red deck wins style action. Kamano's out first. A perfect way to play this deck is when you have a hand like this, because look how quickly you are just instantly hitting them in the face. And always remember the triggers. You want to put out the sorceries, the instants, after you put out that card right there. When you do so, it's going to just make it stronger and stronger. I mean, that sucks, but it happens. And look how quickly that turns back into a 2/2. You strap this Blazing Crescendo, which is underrated. I don't see it used far enough. And then Ancestral Anger is actually a very fun card too that can build up as you go along. It doesn't always pay off, but for the low cost, it's adding a little bit, and you know that helps. Props to the Reddit community, by the way. I've been getting feedback on the show, and I'm always seeking feedback, so feel free to drop a comment or reach out via one of the sources of contact that you've seen throughout the episode, and let me know what you think of the series. But I was told that my commentary style needed to be a little bit more play-by-play. Admittedly, my history is more in color commentary, but I'm going to do what I can. And for the record, that card can kiss my ass. It's one I deal with a lot lately, and it continues to just be a pain. So, now, the time in which I played that, in my opinion, was... I like to hold off on that card a little bit when I can, but sometimes you just need to pull her out. And as you just saw, I mean, they're down to 4 fast. This deck works best if you can avoid getting slowed down. If you start getting slowed down too much, you aren't going to win. It's very rare. You're not going to come from behind either. If you can go first, if you are on the play, it's going to be the best thing for you. And look, they gave up. That's what this kind of deck does best. And yeah, that was fun. Let's move on.
I'm gonna be completely honest with y'all. I'm new to this, but You will find out soon enough. When you come across me, every knee will kneel, every head will bow.
We are going to look at for Gondor today. You'll see it is a human deck. It is built specifically around the Horn of Gondor card. Tons of low-level humans, many of which that have various effects that I think could come in handy, and a few others tied in. But we're trying to ramp up with cards like this one, and we're trying to deal out damage as possible. We're trying to gain life, especially with this one, which is why we have so many. This can help us take down big threats. This can slow down the opponent. And one of my favorite ramp cards was actually that past one. Gathering Throne can help you at tight spots. This is a magical card, really is. And making as many tokens as possible is a big deal. And admittedly, Gandalf is here because I needed Gandalf here. And a true star, though, of this deck right here is a Phyrexian at the bottom of this list. It might be one of the best cards ever made. And when the rest of the strategies fall apart, I mean, Mommy Norn's going to be a big asset, but that Phyrexian Vindicator has saved my ass multiple times when I thought that the plan had fallen through. Whether it be because of, you know, blue decks being blue decks or what have you. You'll note that I'm being extra and have multiple different types of planes available. But yeah, give it a try and stay tuned and see how it plays out when in action. Not the hand I'm looking for. Some decks you can trust, and this one you can to a degree, but this is not a hand that you would want to start with, in my opinion. This is the type of hand you would want, though. Deciding what card to get rid of right here is hard. I moved that one. I know there's enough of them in the library that hopefully it will come back up. And there we go. One cost popping right into my hand on the draw. That can come in handy. One fun thing about this deck in particular, by the way, is that you can easily come back from getting your ass kicked. It makes for a very entertaining session, no matter what. Even when you lose, you usually have a good time. It does struggle a little bit against like a red deck wins kind of thing, and at times against flying. I've tried to tinker with it a little bit to prevent that, but I probably need to keep trying. I enjoy that I am playing against the Nazgul kind of style deck this time around. I had a lot of fun with that when this set first dropped. In the paper game, I plan on actually continuing to do this strategy. It's fun. And you know, speaking of Lord of the Rings type things, though, which is the theme here. Here comes Horn, by the way, and partnered with the card that gives you life every time a creature comes out. The strategy is already at play. But there was a celebration this past weekend, and many of you might not have realized, but the fun fact is, many of the shops didn't realize either. It was supposed to be a celebration event, and very few people came to the party. I came, I got the die. There wasn't even enough people to run the event, so I'm not going to list the shop because I don't want them to get in trouble. But they couldn't fire the event. But I did get some Madball cards that evening. Anyways, so they are currently landing, and they're hitting hard, I'm not gonna lie, but look at this. You drop out of your land, and you look at the hand. You have to decide what are you going to get the most out of it. When you have the battlefield looking this, you want to drop as many tokens as possible, and at this point it was just easier to do it this way. As soon as I am able to drop more lands, though, you can start including other creatures, basically, you know, starting at 1, 2, 3 costs, going up as it goes, while always saving the first 3, though, to drop more tokens. You are building an army here. You are going to do everything you can to overcome Sam, tainted by the force of Sauron, I see. Ramped up, and I mean, they're very powerful. If I had perhaps kept that one easy, that card that ramps to get life, I might have something, you know, to challenge them a little bit more head on with, you know, pretty quickly. And I've seen it get pretty high. But in this situation, we're off to a good start. Now I held off the attacks. I didn't want to take those shots head on for obvious reasons. Neither of them would have put me in a good situation. It was okay to sacrifice those tokens there. Now I'm going to pop this guy up. He is going to instantly make everyone around him stronger. Pass the card, you drop more, you regain the life. It makes it to where the attacks pretty soon won't even matter. You can take just about any shot possible. And this is my point. This deck is so fun to play against because when it goes off, there's basically no stopping it. Earlier in the episode, you saw I got into 200s of life. The game, I have it recorded if anyone wants to see it. The game kept crashing, though, and at the end it basically looked like a fireworks display. It was beautiful. But it did indeed glitch. I didn't think it would make for the best streaming experience, but hey, if anyone's interested, let me know. Maybe I'll post it as a bonus episode. And, you know, just a plug, I've been doing it all episode, but All Out Brawl coming out this fall. Special event for main event magic. So gonna drop more, build the army up, build the life up. Getting 31 already. They are at 19, and now you have enough tokens available. You can just start going for attacks. At least if you want. I held off. I think that was the right move. If you look at it, we don't have anything to really be worried about right now. Board sweeps, though, I will throw out, is something to always be on the lookout for. But I don't see a lot of people keeping to that kind of strategy right now. And here we go. Drop another one. We're going to start gaining life by even larger numbers than before. Boom. Stack. Points go up. Points go up 74. You do the math. Do the math. The trick is honestly look at how many they have. You look at the life points they have. You just need it to even out. You hit 0, finish it then. You never want to give them an extra turn. You never want to play around too much, because if you do, this is Magic. When you play at high levels, I mean, it gets competitive and you never know what's going to happen. And this game is competitive at this level. It's a grind. And that's kind of what this this is about right now for me. This means something. So they're coming at me, and it was a mistake, but at this point I think they know they've lost and they're just wanting to have some fun. Yep. Thank you for tuning in. I'll see you next week.